Preston's color
Who the
drained.
hell are you, Damien Crane?
He still hadn't looked at Preston. He had crossed to my side and crouched. One hand cupped the back of my skull. The other lifted the lapel of my parka and looked for exactly 1 second at the wound. Not once. Not in 20 years. Then he stood. He shrugged out of his own coat and laid it over me.
Stretcher.
2 of them moved like surgeons. I was lifted clean off the floor. Preston caught up to his own voice.
Hold on. This is a federal expedition site. Who do you people think you are?
Damien rose to his full height, half a head taller. When the avalanche ripped through our camp, Preston, my boyfriend of 7 years, gave the last seat on the rescue chopper to his terrified junior researcher Reagan.
Preston, please!
Leaving me behind to bleed out alone in the snow. As the snow hurled me down the slope, a jagged piece of ice punched straight through my chest.
Preston, please. There's still a seat.
I grabbed the hem of his shell jacket, blood traced my chin and dripped pink onto the snow. He shook me off like I was a stray dog.
Sloan, don't. Reagan goes first. You know she can't handle the blood.
Riley scooped up a fistful of snow and shoved it down my collar.
Save the show, princess. Nobody's buying.
I coughed. A fine red mist sprayed across the ice in front of me.
God, does she buy the blood capsules in bulk or what? Enjoy the view, Whitfield!
Bet Daddy's Gulfstreet is already wheels up. The rotor blades roared as the cabin door slammed shut, trapping me in the bloody slud. Regan's blonde hair flashed once at the window. Preston didn't even look back. 7 years together. What a joke. My legs gave out, and I sunk directly into the freezing snow. The chopper lifted. Powder exploded around me. I collapsed sideways into the white. The black silhouette shrank to a dot, then to nothing. Just the wind. Just me. Just the copper taste of blood pooling under my tongue. My numb fingers fumbled inside my pacture and closed around the only thing left. A satellite phone. And with a frozen thumb, I dialed the only number I still knew by heart. A man I hadn't spoken to in a lifetime. Damien Crane. The most powerful man in America. An untouchable sovereign who answered to absolutely no one. The signal indicator blinked once, twice, then a third time. Pick up. Please, pick up. A click. The kind of silence that meant the line was open, but no one had spoken yet.
Sloan.
Just my name, nothing else. Yet somehow it said everything. I tried to speak. My lips were frozen stiff. Blood had crusted around the mouthpiece.
Damien, help.
Where?
Not a question. I forced my eyes open. The horizon was a smear of gray against white. Somewhere through the haze, 3 kilometers east, ice towers. A muffled thud came through the line, like he'd just slammed his fist onto a desk. Then came the sound of fast-moving footsteps.
Stay awake, Sloan. Don't you dare close your eyes. I'm on my way.
Something had changed in his voice. The lazy drawl I remembered, the bored cadence that had carried me through holiday dinners since we were kids, was gone. In its place, a blade. I opened my mouth to answer. The screen flashed. Black. Battery dead. I held the lifeless handpiece in both hands and watched frost crawl across the LCD screen. The math came anyway. Manhattan to Alaska. Thousands of miles. Even with a private jet, too long. I wasn't going to last that long. The Winnett place. The places that wouldn't stay warm much longer. Then, through the storm, an engine. A single headlight punched through the whiteout. A snowmobile, coming straight towards me. For one stupid, hopeful second, my heart hummed hard enough to hurt. I dragged myself toward the light, my knees scraping raw against the ice.
Help! Please! Over here!
Until I recognized the silhouette behind the handlebars.
Riley.
Only he wasn't here to save me. The snowmobile skidded to a stop 10 feet away. Riley swung off the seat, boots crunching in the snow. His eyes barely touched my face. Then he walked right past me and headed for the equipment crate.
Where's the drive?
What?
The hard drive. The ice core data. Preston says it's in your crate. Hand it over.
48 hours without sleep, 37 sample sites, every core drilled by my hands. Every observation logged in my notebook.
Riley, that's my work.
Your work?
Then he found the hard drive.
The Foundation funded the expedition. The team owns the data.
I lunged for him. My fingers, purple and barely working, slid off his snow pants.
Then take me back, please. Just get me to base camp. I'll walk the rest if I have to.
Princess, your daddy owns a Gulfstream. Why are you begging for a ride from me?
His boot brushed across my hand. Then he stopped.
Oh, your locator beacon? Yeah, I shut that off when we broke camp. No point wasting battery on someone who's not making it home.
No, I'm making it out of here. He'll come for me. He has to.
Who? Santa Claus? No one even knows you're out here, princess.
Damien Crane. He knows.
The billionaire? The guy who basically owns Manhattan? Sure, Sloan, and I'm the king of England. Freeze to death with your delusions.
A red tail light carved through the whiteout, then disappeared. Beacon, off. Phone, dead. Data, gone. I curled beside the empty crate. Wind cut through the tear in my jacket, slicing across the wound. I couldn't stop shaking. The tears that slipped from my eyes froze almost the moment they fell. It had all started in our junior year, when Preston was trying to get carried the Whitfield Foundation's backing because I made it happen. I paid for them out of my own account. When his papers were published, my entire contribution was reduced to a single line in the acknowledgement. I used to tell myself it didn't matter. Preston cared about the work, not the credit. I thought that made him mobile. But had he ever stopped to think where he'd be without me? Without vision blurred, the world drifted in and out of focus just as consciousness rocked to enable between waking a sing and darkness. A long howl echoed off the south ridge, then another, then a third. I lifted my head. 3 dark shapes were moving through the storm, coming straight towards me. Wolves. I emptied every flare from the crate into the snow and lit them with shaking fingers. Then I shoved myself headfirst into the aluminum box and pulled the lid down on my own coffin. Claws scraped the metal. I bit my sleeve to keep from screaming. Hours. I have no memory of how many. At some point, a different sound replaced the claws. A rhythmic, percussive thumb. Rotor blades. The lid lifted. Sunlight. A man in a medic uniform with a red cross on his sleeve.
Jesus Christ. How long has she been out here?
He cut my panko open, whistled low.
This thing's been bleeding 8-10 hours. Where the hell is your team?
I tried to answer. Static crackled from his chest radio.
Sloan refused to evacuate. She insisted on staying. We tried to talk her out of it. She wouldn't board.
The medic looked at me. His face did thing professionals' faces do when the story doesn't add up.
That's so?
If I called it a lie, Preston had already locked it in on an open channel. He was the expedition leader. I was the woman bleeding on a stretcher.
Just get me back to camp.
They lifted me onto a stretcher, pressure bandage, coagative shot, a scrap of foil blanket. The chopper set down at the forward camp 10 minutes later. I was expecting a medical tent. What I got was Reagan, perched on a cot in a brand new emergency blanket, both hands around a steaming mug of cocoa. Her sprained wrist sat neatly wrapped in fresh white gauzes.
Oh, there's so much! I can't look at it!
The mug slipped from her hands and shattered. Hot cocoa splashed across the floor.
Who brought her in here? You know Reagan can't even look at blood.
The medic looked at me, apologetic, helpless. They wheeled me back outside, to wait, in the wind, bleeding, while Rayan ordered another cocoa. My consciousness was slipping away, leaving nothing but the sound of the wind sweeping over my numb body. 40 minutes. That's how long I sat outside a heated medical tent with a hole in one cried inside. The pressure bandage wasn't holding. Fresh warmth spread beneath the layers wrapped around my ribs. Every breath rattled. The drop stamps landing in the snow by my boots had circulating steps. He was taking a casual walk across campus. Preston. He didn't ask how I was doing.
Sloan, you need to think about someone besides yourself for once.
I stared at him.
Reagan's still shaken up. You walk in looking like that, what do you think it's going to do to her?
Preston, my chest, it hurts.
Preston sighed.
The medic already checked you. Your lung's fine. Stop being dramatic.
The medic hadn't checked anything. No scan, no imaging, no examination, just pressure bandage and a rush back to Reagan. The lung diagnosis had come from Reagan herself.
Anyway, I already spoke with the Foundation about the funding paperwork. It was 9th century British literature, so you don't need to worry about that.
Like this conversation had been another item on his to-do list. A gust of wind lifted the edge of the canvas tent. Through the gap, I watched him pull out his phone. His voice carried.
Yeah, first authorship goes to me. Sloan's done. She'll be stuck recovering in New York for months.
My fingers tightened around the blanket. Inside the tent, Raiden laughed softly.
Perfect. The paper should be easy to knock out anyway. I'll handle the writing.
That's what I'm counting on.
Your name first, obviously.
Obviously.
Neither of them mentioned the data collection, the fieldwork, the analysis, the years it had taken to build the project, as if the research had simply appeared on their desks. I turned my face into the wind. The tears froze before they could reach my chin. That was convenient. At least I didn't have to wipe them away. A fever was creeping through my body now, in my bones, in the wound. The medic finally rushed over to examine me, but Rayan stepped right in front of him, blocking his way.
Let me through! I need to get to her now! She's slipping away!
Reagan grudgingly moved out of the way. He examined the wound.
Shrapnel's pinched deep. I can clean the surface, but that's about it out here. You need imaging at a level 1 trauma center. This thing's way too close to your lung.
I nodded. Then I went looking for Preston to get authorization for the evacuation transport. I found him in the command tent with Reagan, scrolling through files from my hard drive on his laptop. I knocked once and stepped inside. Preston, I need a seat on tomorrow's snowmobile transport. Can you sign the transfer order? He didn't look up.
Tomorrow's run is for the ice core samples. No room.
You're telling me 2 snow moles can't fit 1 extra person?
Samples come first.
At last, he looked up. There was nothing behind the lenses.
The medic treated you. It's not an emergency. Wait for the next transport.
Sloan, why are you so anxious? Sit down. I'll get you some hot water.
She stood and crossed the tent. As she passed my chair, her elbow caught the thermos. It tilted. A stream of boiling water poured straight into my mountain boots. Pain shot through my feet.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
She immediately crouched beside me, like she was trying to help. Her wrist brushed the satellite phone sitting on the corner of the table. The phone crashed onto the plywood floor. The casing popped open. The battery bounced once, skittered through a gap between the tarp and the snowpack below, gone. Rainey's hand flew to her mouth.
Oh no, the battery's gone.
Her eyes found mine.
Sloan, please don't be mad at me.
Preston never looked away from the screen.
It's a phone. The Whitfields can afford another one.
The metallic taste of blood flooded my mouth again. No. It wasn't just a phone. My signal, Damien, he won't be able to track me now.
Seriously? Damien Crane again?
Really, Sloan? The CEO of Crane Industries? Oh my gosh, Preston, the fever is making her hallucinate.
Exactly. Stop name-dropping people you've only seen on Forbes, Sloan. It's pathetic. Pathetic.
The word hung heavy in the suffocating air of the tent. They thought I was losing my mind, throwing out powerful names just to claw back some shred of dignity. They didn't understand. It wasn't just a phone. It was the last thread binding me to rescue. Now it was gone. Pushing through the sharp pain in my chest, I turned and walked out of the tent. But when I got back to my cot, the field journal under my pillow was missing. If the hardback was stolen, the journal was the only thing left to prove the work was mine. But with the journal gone too, 7 years of my life were just completely erased. I tore the cot apart, sleeping bag dumped, pillow turned inside out, pack emptied onto the floor, nothing passed by the tent carrying off files.
Sloan, hey, what are you looking for?
My field journal, navy cover, hand-stitched binding. Have you seen it?
He thought for a moment. Oh, that one. Yeah. Regan took it.
What?
She said you were hurt and couldn't keep up with the logs, so she took it.
The draft slipping through the tent seams wasn't nearly as cold as that sentence. By evening, the fever had me burning up. The medic checked my temperature and frowned.
102.6. The wound's infected. You're getting out of here tomorrow.
Preston says there's no transport.
I'll talk to him.
That night, the fever dragged me in and out of sleep. Around midnight, I crawled out of my cot and headed for the latrine. As I passed the command tent, I noticed the lantern was still on. The flap hung partially open. Yeah, I've got the journal. Preston knows. A soft laugh drifted through the opening. Jealous of her? Please. She spent 7 years chasing Preston, and he never gave her a second look. But the second I show up, he's all over me. I looked down at the fresh stain spreading through my bandage. 102.6. For the first time all week, it felt like a gift. It was burning the last traces of Preston Marsh out of my system. 37 sampling sites. 7 years of field logs. A relationship that had never truly mattered to him. Gone. All of it. Morning. The entire team was gathered in the command tent. Preston stood at the front. People looked away. The fever made everything seem too bright around the edges.
After the avalanche, we're downsizing the field team. A few of you will be rotating out.
His gaze swept the room, then landed on me.
Sloan, you're injured. You're on the noon transport out. Perfect timing. Rayleigh can take over Sloan's data entry. Agreed.
Preston! My voice felt like Sandweper. Fine. Take me off the project. Just give me back my journal and my hard drive. Silence. The data belongs to the project.
Come on. Preston's closing a federal grant this winter. If you actually give a damn about the science, you should be glad we're not letting the work go to waste. She cares. Just not about the science. She's always cared about one thing. Being first author.
The words hit harder than they should have.
What did you just say?
He turned fully toward me. The lantern light flashed across his glasses.
I said that for 7 years, none of this was ever about the science for you.
Nobody moved. Nobody interrupted.
Every sacrifice, every donation, every sleepless night in the field, it was always about proving something. About being noticed, about being admired. None of that has anything to do with real science.
Every word erased something. I opened my mouth. Blood flooded my throat. It splattered across the field table. Several people recoiled.
Oh, for God's sake. Are we really a sheet of paper across the table? It stopped in front of me. Sign it. Transport leaves at noon. If you don't sign, find your own way home.
I'm not signing a damn thing. And when Damien gets here, you're all going to pay for this.
Oh my God, are we seriously still doing this billionaire savior crap? Get real, Sloan. Damien Crane doesn't even know you exist. I'm your absolute ceiling, Sloan. Without me, you're just a corpse in the snow. Now sign it.
Regan stepped closer, like she was helping me stay upright. Then she leaned down. Her breath brushed my ear.
Sloan, let it go. He never loved you. You spent 7 years chasing him. I got it without even trying.
My knees buckled. The room tilted sideways. My forehead struck the edge of the table.
Nice try, princess. This might be your most convincing act yet. Just get her to sign the damn thing.
The world narrowed to a tunnel. Darkness rushed in. Then, the tent flap exploded open. A blast of freezing air tore through the room. Wind roared inside like something finally unleashed.
Touch her again, and I will bury you on this mountain.
A silhouette stepped through the slashed flap, backlit by snow glare. Behind him, a black uniformed line filed in like rolling thunder. I knew that outline, even through fever, even through how long it had been. He spoke without looking at Preston.
Marsh, your team's been billing the Whitfield Foundation for 7 years. Want me to itemize what you stole line by line in front of these people?
The tent went so quiet I could hear my own pulse in my teeth. Preston's color
Who the
drained.
hell are you? Damian Crane.
He still hadn't looked at Preston. He had crossed to my side and crouched. One hand cupped the back of my skull. The other lifted the lapel of my parka and looked for exactly 1 second at the wound. Not once. Not in 20 years. Then he stood. He shrugged out of his own coat and laid it over me.
Stretcher.
2 of them moved like surgeons. I was lifted clean off the floor. Preston caught up to his own voice.
Hold on. This is a federal expedition site. Who do you people think you are?
Damien rose to his full height, half a head taller than Preston. Backlit, his shadow swallowed the field table. Preston took half a step back.
Crane Industries. Joint forensic audit on behalf of the Whitfield Foundation.
He pulled out 3 bound reports, each with a red sealed cover page, and dropped them on the table.
Report 1. Foundation disbursements to this expedition last 7 years, 47 wire traceable.
The second report hit the table.
Report 2. Personal contribution log of Sloan Whitfield, 37 ice cores, everyone drilled by her hand. Field journal handwriting forensically matched to her.
Preston's lips moved without sound.
Your draft paper on winglet climate proxux, 93% overlap with her notebooks from 2 years ago.
The third item Damien set down wasn't paper. It was a tablet. He pressed play.
Yeah, I've got the journal. Every scrap that proves the data's hers, it's all with...
Reagan shot upright from the corner.
That's not me! You faked it!
Hey,
Preston's
guys,
color
you've
drained.
just witnessed a heart-wrenching betrayal and a desperate fight for survival. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Here are 5 reasons why you have to keep watching. First, the mystery of Damian Crane deepens. Who is this powerful man? And how far will he go to save the protagonist? Second, the villain's schemes get more devious. You'll be on the edge of your seat as the plot thickens. Third, the hidden truths about the research project are about to be revealed. What secrets have been buried? Fourth, the protagonist's revenge is coming. How will she fight back against those who wronged her? Fifth, the high-stakes action and emotional drama will keep you glued to your screen. Don't miss a single episode and head back to the homepage for more.